The papyrus, putting on my table every month. I don't wanna be sad. Don't even try to hide it. No, I don't wanna lose it. And you see how it is, it's so inviting. The papyrus, we're all so alive. The papyrus.
Hello and welcome to the Papyrus TV News Update. First, the headlines. Wike confirms meeting with suspended Governor Fubara, demands leadership reform for peace in Rivers. Labour Party suspends ex-Lagos chair, dissolves state structures. Dele Momodu, Wike trade blows over PDP 2027 ticket. Zoning controversy deepens. 10th House has been productive and accountable, says Speaker Abbas at Policy Dialogue. ISWAP terrorists overrun Borno military base, kill 4 soldiers. Taraba Deputy Governor's silence fuels concerns despite return from medical trip. ASU elects Professor Piwuna as new president amid looming strike threats. The news in details. Federal Capital Territory FCT Minister Wike has confirmed a private meeting with suspended Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara, accompanied by Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun, Ebonyi Governor Francis Nwifuru, and elder statesman Olusegun Oshoba. The meeting, held at Wike's residence, was reportedly an attempt by Fubara to initiate a peace process amid the worsening political crisis in Rivers State. Wike, in a Monday, May 11th interview, acknowledged the visit, stating that Fubara had come seeking peace. However, the former Rivers governor criticized Fubara's capacity to lead, blaming the political standoff on poor advice and lack of engagement with key institutions like the State Assembly. He reiterated that sustainable peace must be grounded in institutional respect and effective governance. Fubara, speaking at a service of songs for the late Edwin Clark in Port Harcourt, distanced himself from campaigns aimed at reinstating him. He suggested he had emotionally detached from the governorship and emphasized the need for a measured and reconciliatory approach to restoring calm in the state. The remark, seen as a potential withdrawal from the intense power struggle, contrasts with Wike's hardline stance and underscores the fragility of the peace process. Meanwhile, the Lagos chapter of the Labour Party has suspended former state chairperson Pastor Dayo Ekong and her entire executive committee for 6 months over alleged anti-party activities and constitutional breaches. The suspension also affects all local government and ward executives appointed under her leadership. According to a letter issued by the party's new caretaker chairman, Rotimi Odunaike, and secretary, Dorcas Omorodio, Ekong violated party rules by holding 2 national offices simultaneously, state chairperson and national financial secretary. The leadership described the action as gross misconduct and warned that it endangered the party's structural integrity. In a sweeping cleanup move, all appointees under Ekong's administration were suspended and a new interim leadership was tasked with restoring order, reinforcing discipline, and preparing the party for future elections. The internal purge follows a string of reported rifts and factionalism that threaten to destabilize the Labour Party's standing in Lagos, a strategic state for the opposition bloc. Continuing, a fresh round of political sparring has erupted within the People's Democratic Party (PDP) as media mogul and party stalwart Dele Momodu lashed out at FCT Minister Nyesom Wike over his comments that the PDP would not zone its 2027 presidential ticket to the north. Wike had declared during a recent media briefing that PDP cannot give the presidential ticket to the north in 2027, a position he claims reflects party balance and justice. But Momodu slammed the comment as hypocritical, questioning why Wike, who previously lobbied to be Atiku Abubakar's running mate, now insists on southern candidacy. He further accused Wike of attempting to usurp the party's constitutional processes, comparing his behavior to judicial overreach. Wike's aide, Lere Olayinka, responded by accusing Momodu of being loyal to Atiku for financial gains rather than truth and principle. The back and forth has highlighted unresolved tensions within the PDP's top echelon and sparked fears of another divisive primary season if unity is not urgently restored. In other news, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, has touted the 10th House as one of Nigeria's most proactive legislatures in modern history. Speaking at the inaugural policy dialogue on the legislative agenda in Abuja, Abbas presented a detailed performance report as the House approaches its midterm mark. He revealed that the current assembly has introduced a record number of bills and reform-oriented motions designed to tackle governance, economic recovery, security, and social development. Abbas emphasized that beyond quantity, the real achievement lies in the transformative nature of the legislation already passed, many of which have received presidential assent. Abbas said the legislative agenda was drawn up in partnership with ministries, agencies, civil society, and international partners to align with President Tinubu's renewed hope vision. It includes 8 broad pillars, including good governance, national security, economic revitalization, legal reform, and environmental sustainability. Highlighting transparency and citizen engagement, Abbas noted that the House maintained regular public reports and feedback loops backed by measurable key performance indicators. The upcoming Open NAS Week, he said, will allow Nigerians to scrutinize lawmakers' records and deepen parliamentary accountability. In a rather disturbing report, Islamic State of West Africa Province ISWAP fighters launched a brazen assault on a military base in Mate, Borno State on Monday, May 13th, killing 4 soldiers and forcing thousands of residents to flee. The terrorists reportedly arrived in large numbers and engaged troops in a prolonged gun battle before overrunning the base. Eyewitnesses said the insurgents seized control of New Mate, a strategic town in the Lake Chad Basin, and looted arms and ammunition before raising their flag. Civilians fled to nearby Dikwa for safety, some spending the night in the bush. "We are seriously in trouble," one resident said. The resurgence of ISWAP activity has once again raised alarm about the group's operational strength in Borno and northern Nigeria. Despite aggressive military campaigns under Operation Hardin Kai, insurgents continue to mount deadly ambushes and reoccupy territories. Security experts warn that without sustained air support and better ground coordination, ISWAP's growing territorial ambition could spark another humanitarian crisis in the already war-weary region. Furthermore, despite officially returning from a 4-month medical trip, Taraba State Deputy Governor Aminu Alkali has remained absent from public functions, sparking renewed concerns over transparency in governance. Sources confirmed that Alkali returned quietly to Jalingo last week, but no public appearances or formal statements have been made since Information Commissioner Emmanuel Bello confirmed his return and downplayed health concerns, saying Alkali was recovering and would resume official duties soon. However, heavy security around his residence and the absence of ever-symbolic appearances have fueled speculation. Alkali reportedly received treatment at the National Hospital in Abuja before being flown to Egypt. Access to him remains restricted, even for journalists and senior officials, and scheduled visits by deputy governors from other states were cancelled. Observers have drawn parallels with past opacity in Taraba politics, most notably the concealment of Governor Damba Basuntai's condition following a plane crash, calling for more transparency and constitutional clarity on the handling of long-term medical absences by elected officials. Conclusively, the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, has elected Professor Chris Piwuna as its new national president at a critical time in Nigeria's academic sector. The transition occurred during the union's 23rd National Delegates Conference held in Benin City on Sunday. Piwuna, a consultant psychiatrist and Dean of Student Affairs at the University of Jos, defeated Professor Adamu Babayo of Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, Bauchi. He succeeds Professor Victor Oshodeke, whose tenure was marked by prolonged strikes and tense negotiations with the federal government. Piuna takes office as ASU faces fresh disputes over the disbursement of earned academic allowances (EAA) and deepening brain drain across Nigerian universities. Analysts believe his tenure will be tested early by mounting frustrations among lecturers over salary delays, lack of infrastructure, and government inaction on previously signed agreements. The new leadership is expected to define a roadmap that either steers the union away from another industrial action or escalates tensions with the government over unmet demands in the education sector.
The papyrus, put it on my table every month. I don't